Hello once again, pipe friends, and welcome to yet another installment of Living the Pipe Life with me, Palm Tree Piper. Today we're going to talk about pipe mud. We're going to talk about the how and the why for corncob pipe mud. Stay tuned. So, I had to make some pipe mud. I didn't want to make pipe mud. It's not really on my bucket list. It wasn't even particularly appealing. But I had to make pipe mud. I purchased my first corn cob probably about the beginning of the year, and it was transformational. By the way, if you get a chance, I do have a video on corn cob pipes and why they're awesome. So if you get a chance, take a look at it. But with corn cob ownership comes corn cob responsibility. And by that I mean making mud for your corn cob pipe. And let me explain why.
Let's look at the anatomy of a corncob pipe, courtesy of Missouri Meerschaum. Here is a diagram of a typical bent corncob pipe. We're going to focus on the bowl, chamber, and shank. Note that in the cross section how a portion of the shank extends into the chamber. This is typical of Missouri Meerschaum pipes as the bowl is glued and hammered into the cob during the manufacturing process. Here you can look down into the bowl of the cob and see where the shank extends into the chamber. Over time, this part of the shank will burn. In many cobs, particularly deep bowl and bent cobs, the burned away shank will leave a dead space between the draft hole and the floor where moisture, ash, and dottle can build up. This is what you don't want.
So when I bought my first corn cob, which was a Fifth Avenue Legend, I was told that be expected to make some pipe mud. When I bought my second, third, and fourth cob, I was told definitely make some pipe mud. Now, as you can see, the making of pipe mud involves ash and water, which the idea of putting ash and water into a pipe is counterintuitive because the first thing you're taught is clean your pipes, get the ash out. And you don't want water because water is gurgle and dottle and all kinds of other nasty stuff. So, yeah, I had to make pipe mud. And let's talk about the making, where the magic happens, or the making of pipe mud.
So what do you need to make pipe mud? Well, let's start with plain old cigar ash, which has no flavoring like many pipe tobaccos. Now, you may need to smoke a stogie or two to get some. Next, some water. I use this bottle to illustrate, but plain tap water will do. Now, to pack the ash, you'll need something like a tamper. Make sure the bottom is flat, as some tampers are concave. I'm using a horseshoe nail. And finally, a mixing bowl and a small spoon or even a popsicle stick to fill the bowl with wet ash mixture will do.
Now, let me mention that you may see a lot of different recipes for pipe mud where people use activated charcoal, maple syrup, all kinds of things. But for the purposes of our video, I just wanted to keep it simple. We are going to attempt to make some pipe mud. I have my Missouri Meerschaum, and as you can see, or can you see? There we go. The shank that extends into the chamber, let's see if I can get a better picture of that. Shank that extends into the chamber, I drilled it out and smoked the crap out of it. And so now the chamber actually goes down all the way to the bottom below the draft hole. So we don't want that dead space, so we're going to add some pipe mud to even it out. And I have some ash, stogie ash, which is a little bit on the dry side, so we're going to go ahead and add some water to that. You want it just not too wet, not too dry. You want to make a paste out of it. So we're going to add a little bit of water, see what happens. All right, and let's see. All right, I'm going to mix that up. Mix
And get some of that, and we're going to go ahead and put it, drop it into our pipe. Drop a little more into the pipe. Let's see. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look, see how much we got in there. All right, let's go ahead and tamp that down. Let's get some light and have a look at that. All right, still need a little bit more. This is actually a salt cellar spoon, an antique salt cellar spoon. Say that 5 times as fast as you can. Get a little more of that pipe mud, get some of that cigar leaf out of there. And come on. It does not want to go. Here we go. Come on. All right. Let's go ahead and tamp that down. And I have that pipe cleaner in there to make sure that I don't go beyond the draft hole and that it stays open. I don't want to block the airway and have it dry out that way. All right, maybe just a tad more. And a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, this stuff, there we go. Just a little bit more and see what happens there. As a matter of fact, I'm going to add a little more. I'm going to add some dry ash just to top it off. And that. I think I saved about 2 stogies worth of ash for this thing. I'm going to use another tool for that. Drop some of that dry in there just to seal it off. Let's get a light and see where I'm going. All right, let's tamp that down. And a little more. A little more dry ash. Whoops. All right. Let's look at that again. All right, let's tamp that down and see what it looks like. All right, let's have another look at it. Let's move the pipes, move the pipe cleaner back in there. And I could use a little more. All right, at this point, I'm gonna wet some of this because I obviously need more than I have. All right, let's wet some of that. Mix up a little more. And working with pipe ash is just messy. Get some of that cigar. Let's look. All right, let's tamp that down. Let's see where we're at. Okay. Let's move that pipe cleaner in there so I can see where I'm at. We are right about there. Now, when this dries, it's supposed to adhere to the sides of the bottom of the bowl and the sides of the chamber. We'll see what happens. Okay, that one doesn't look bad. I did my look at my Let Freedom ring. It's another one that I smoked all the way down to the, yeah, that one's good. Let's just have a look. Yeah, that's good. We're gonna go ahead and let that one dry. Take another look at this one. Let's take the pipe cleaner out. Yeah, the other one was drier, but I think that'll be okay. All right, we're gonna set these aside and wait a couple of days and see what happens to them. So I waited not a few days, but several days more, just to give it some extra time to dry. Smoked it to complete the curing process, and as you can see, it looks great. You can see where the shank burned away, you can see the draft hole, and it is ready to go.
So I survived making pipe bud, and I'm better for it, because now my corn cobs will smoke much better, and believe it or not, there's no ashy taste left. That ash, that cigarette ash taste, you don't see it. Actually, even the smell comes out after a while if you let your cob sit long enough. I wouldn't conclude my video without some kind of a link. So below you'll find a link to our good friends at Missouri Meerschaum. If you like this video, please hit like and please subscribe for new videos. I'm going to go ahead and leave you with, as I always say, stay smoky, stay safe, stay blessed. Take care. And now in my mudded cob, I'm going to smoke some autumn evening, because it's October.